welcome to HHF TV News this hour. My name is Deborah Mba and we begin our stories from Enugu State, where the state governor, in continuation of his administration's One Community, One Project scheme, has handed over checks of 5 million naira each to another batch of 171 autonomous communities in the state. The communities are those that have met the requirements for the release of the funds to carry out development projects of their choice. The scheme is an extensive rural development initiative of the Ugwuanyi administration aimed at ensuring that development reaches the 450 autonomous communities in the state. Consequently, the State Executive Council approved the scheme and earmarked the sum of 2.25 billion naira for the 450 autonomous communities as the first tranche of the 10 million naira for every community for the execution of these development projects. Recently, 5 million naira was disbursed to 118 autonomous communities that had then fulfilled the requirements for the release of the funds. In a related development, traditional rulers from Udenu, the council area of the governor, also on Monday paid a solidarity visit to the governor at the government house in Enugu, where they reaffirmed their earlier endorsement for his re-election in 2019. The royal fathers, who were accompanied by the presidents general of the town unions and political office holders, among other stakeholders, commended the governor for his peace and good governance initiatives, as well as his giant development strides across the state. In other news, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has urged the public to disregard online publications that it is recruiting ad hoc staff ahead of the 2019 general elections. According to reports, the Commission said it was aware of some social media publications telling the public that it would recruit 100,000 ad hoc personnel for the general elections. INEC, however, said that information in the publications were false and should be ignored, advising the public to contact the Commission for proper information and guide on any issue concerning the electoral process. The 2019 general elections, the federal government's youth empowerment program, Empower, has tasked its beneficiaries to get their permanent voters cards, PVCs, ahead of the elections. The scheme, which gave the directive via its Twitter handle, also urged beneficiaries to ensure that their families and friends get their PVCs. Empower reminded beneficiaries of their civic right, which is to vote and be voted for. About 17 of the parents of the abducted Chibok schoolgirls have reportedly died as a result of trauma associated with the abduction. The 276 schoolgirls were abducted in a secondary school in Chibok, Borno State, by the Boko Haram Islamist sect on April 14, 2014. The coordinator of the Bring Back Our Girls movement in Lagos State, Aisha Mohammed Oyebode, disclosed this during the 4th anniversary of the girls' abduction. She said though some of the girls had regained freedom, the fact that 112 of the girls were still with Boko Haram was unacceptable. Mohammed Oyebode, daughter of the assassinated head of state, General Murtala Ramat Mohammed, while speaking, opined that it was a tragic reflection of the Nigerian society's desensitization to evil. Still on the national scene, President Muhammadu Buhari has issued a directive to the Ministry of Defense to commence the rehabilitation of military barracks nationwide under the Barracks Intervention Project. The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Defense, Nuratu Batangarawa, stated this at the opening of the Nigerian Navy Officers' Quarters in Kubwa, Abuja. She said the ministry has commenced work and a technical assessment visit to the Phase 2 Barracks Intervention Project is ongoing. Earlier, the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Ibokete Ibas, lamented the accommodation situation of its personnel. In view of the Navy's peculiar inadequate barracks accommodation situation, Batagarawa said more consideration will be given to ensure delivery of more living quarters to Navy personnel. The President Muhammadu Buhari-led government has vowed that no amount of intimidation will would stop it from exposing alleged looters of the national treasury. The government disclosed that since the release of the first two lists of the alleged looters, there had been overt and covert attempts to intimidate and blackmail the federal government. In a statement by the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed in Lagos, the federal government said the blackmailers were intimidating it into discontinuing the release of more looters' names. Recall that the federal government had already released two lists comprising mostly members of the main opposition People's Democratic Party, PDP. The minister therefore maintained that the government will not stop until it has released the names of all those who have looted the nation's treasury. And finally, on the national scene, United States President Donald Trump is set to host President Muhammadu Buhari in Washington on April 30. The meeting will focus on fighting terrorism and promoting economic growth. This was part of a statement from the White House on Sunday. The statement said the meeting is aimed at discussing ways of promoting economic growth and reforms, fighting terrorism and other threats to peace and security, and building on Nigeria's role as a democratic leader in the region. President Muhammadu Buhari, who departed Nigeria for the United Kingdom a week ago, held discussions on Nigeria-British relations with Prime Minister Theresa May today. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari had on Wednesday met with the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, in London. The news will continue shortly with stories from sports and entertainment. Do stay tuned.
Lights, camera, action. Superstars out. Hey.
What will become of a talent without a platform to showcase it? What will become of a passion for movies, music, or entertainment without an avenue to explore it? And what will become a good art in script writing, acting, makeup, or realizing the dream of being a member of a creative crew without an avenue to explore it? The answer is simple. With How to Have Fun Entertainment and Rolandski Media Studio, that dream of being in the limelight and becoming a superstar is just one step away. Call on 0903 338 3239 or 0708 63 98970 to be part of the team. Powered by How to Have Fun Entertainment and Rolandski Media Studio.
That's what's up, bro.
Welcome back to the Still HHF TV News this hour, and we now take you to the world of sports, where Roma president James Pallotte has told Liverpool that they have zero chances of landing goalkeeper Alisson this summer. Pallotte insists that the Serie A club will not be selling their prized assets in favor of profits. Alisson, 25, has been consistently linked with Liverpool over recent months, following a string of impressive performances in Europe. And to end the news, we take you to the entertainment scene. Some Nigerians on Twitter have applauded the American music star Beyonce Knowles for paying tribute to Afrobeat legend Fela Anikulapo Kuti and honoring Nigerian writer Chimamanda Adichie. Beyonce Knowles, who became the first black woman to headline Coachella on Saturday, did so with a 2-hour performance and had her band perform a rendition of Fela's 1976 classic, Zombie. Fela Kuti was a Nigerian musician and activist who launched Afrobeat and then fused American blues, jazz, and funk with traditional Yoruba music. Reports say that Nigerians were excited that Beyonce decided to honor 2 of their countrymen alongside other black legends, including Nina Simone and Malcolm X. Beyonce also featured Chimamanda Adichie's speech, "We Should All Be Feminists," which was sampled on her song Flawless at the end of her performance. Adichie is a multi-award-winning writer whose second book, Half of a Yellow Sun, won the Orange Prize. And with that, we come to the end of HHF TV News this hour. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Deborah Umba. Do stay tuned for the rest of the program.
Lights, camera, action.
Superstars out.
What will become of a talent without a platform to showcase it? What will become of a passion for movies, music or entertainment without an avenue to explore it? And what will become a good art in script writing, acting, makeup or realizing the dream of being a member of a creative crew without an avenue to explore it? The answer is simple. With How to Have Fun Entertainment and Rolandski Media Studio, that dream of being in the limelight and becoming a superstar is just one step away. Call on 0903 338 3239 or 0708 63 98970 to be part of the team. Powered by How to Have Fun Entertainment and Rolandski Media Studio.
That's